Hello and good morning. It's exactly 7 a.m. on the dot, and you know what time it is. It's time to wake up, rise and shine. It's your favorite morning crew.
Yes, it is Wake Up Nigeria. Yes, happy new month, everybody. Yeah. How y'all doing? How's everyone doing? I'm doing good.
It's a new month.
Yes, July, no lies. July, no lies. All right. I promise you guys this one. My hand is raised right now. July, no lies. All right.
No lies,
yes,
no lies.
It is Wake Up Nigeria, your go-to breakfast show for everything inspiring, informative, tantalizing, the right amount to just jumpstart your day, your month.
Yes,
it is July, no lies. Remember.
So we're coming to you live and direct, bringing you a perfect blend of energy and elegance. We brewed stronger than your morning coffee. Trust us. Honestly, we're always there for you.
And yes, speaking of morning coffee, we are way less bitter. And I promise, my name is Edgar Ariaka. And I'm here with the ever radiant, the ever beautiful, the electrifying.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. My name is Titilayo Oyinso, and we are ready to roll you smoothly into the brand new month. Thank you so much, Edgar. I needed that compliment because I've had a morning, trust me.
Wow.
It's been a really interesting one. But whether you're getting the kids ready for school, maybe commuting through traffic, I hear say that traffic yesterday, no be here.
Yes.
Well, you're probably battling that snooze button, but we are here to keep you company. We have some stories that matter, conversations that inspire, and of course, a few surprises along the way.
Yeah, now speaking of surprises, we have someone amazing in the kitchen. What's happening in the kitchen? Say hello.
Hi, chef. We have an extra unique chef in the kitchen. And her name is actually Chef Unique.
You always do it. Like, I don't know how you do these things. I need to come to your school, your punchlines and your play on words.
It's called the Cheese Academy.
Ooh, cheese.
Yeah, Cheese Academy,
That's cheesy.
Yeah, it is. But if you would like to watch us live, you can watch us on GOTV channel 16, UHF channel 49, or indeed stream us at tvcentertainment.tv, which is our website.
Yes, and don't forget that you can download the TVC app in your Android and iOS store. Whether you're commuting, you're at the office, you're chilling with friends, you just want to have a great time, this is the show every morning just for you, all right? So you can download it anywhere, anytime. We're always here. Indeed.
And hey, if you're one of those people that loves YouTube, you can always watch us live on YouTube as well. We're streaming right there. Just search for TVC Entertainment. We're live right now. Interacting with us on social media is easy as well, be it Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. We're all on all platforms. That's TVC Entertainment _.
And yes, you can always join the conversation. Tell us how your July is going using the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Yeah. Remember, this month, no lies. All right? July, no lies. Again, I promise. Yeah. I promise. Everything I say on the show for this month.
So, no lies, no lamba.
No lies, no lamba. Okay. Yes, no lies, no lamba. My name is Edgar, by the way.
We're going to have quite a bit coming your way. Let's tell them what we have on the lineup.
All right.
For a musical performance, we'll be having Chidi Collins, a music director, pastor, and instructor. He co-founded an a cappella group, the Philharmonics, and has ministered across churches in Abia State. Now, at this time, he wrote some amazing songs. There was one that you probably remember called Benlo. Yeah, that's a classic. We're going to be hearing a little more from him a bit later on.
All right, that's a classic right there. Now, on parenting, we're joined by social entrepreneur, digital parenting coach, business mentor, and author, Yeti Williams. Now, we'll be discussing an interesting topic, raising responsible digital citizens. What parents need to know. Can't wait for that one.
Yeah.
We're in a digital age.
Indeed.
And that's a great, interesting topic right there.
And then on relationships, we have Isaac Odugbeson. Now, he is the founder of Very Single Legotians. Now, you know what? Pear and Bubblegum Health, 3 unique platforms that sit in the intersection of culture, tech, wellness, and social connection. Now, he joins us on relationships to discuss smiling with spite. how to spot hidden hostility in relationships.
That's a very interesting oxymoron there. You know,
smiling with spite.
Oh, nice. Can't wait for that one. It happens. It happens a lot.
Sadly, a little too much
these days. All right, and then we're going to be having an amazing artist. Now, he is a rising Afro-pop soul artist from Rivers State, Nigeria, celebrated for his soulful voice, rich tone, and emotional charged songwriting. I am talking about the one, the only, Cottrell. We cannot wait.
Yeah.
Cottrell.
Yeah,
Cottrell. That's how you say Cottrell.
So no doubt about it,
Yeah.
this Tuesday is packed.
Super
There's
packed.
so many reasons for you to stay right there. We will be giving you loads to look forward to. And we're going to be cooking something special, huh?
Yes. Speaking of special,
What?
no lies.
No lies, right?
No lies. Okay.
You're about to lie.
No, I'm not about to lie. I'm not about to lie, but let it go. Let it go,
lie.
guys. I'm holding myself. It's day one. I'm holding myself, guys. We have a long way to go. So I'm holding myself down.
We have to take a very short break. Then we'll take the weather and the news.
Ooh, let's go.
Hello and good morning. It's time for a news update right here on Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Oyinson. Thank you for joining us. The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has granted bail to the senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Now, this is on self-recognition. She was arraigned on a 6-count charge of alleged imputation to cause such harm and cyberbullying, which she pleaded not guilty. Senior reporter Celestina Iria has details.
After her arraignment, her counsel had moved an application for bail on the basis of self-recognition, as she is not a flight risk and is currently enjoying the bail granted her by the FCT High Court in Maitama. The prosecution counsel did not file a counter affidavit nor make any application before the court for her remand, but prayed the court to grant bail as such that she attains her trial. Justice Mohammed Umar in a short ruling held that the offences against the defendant are bailable and the defendant is granted bail on self-recognition. The matter was adjourned to 22nd September for trial. Senator Akpoti-Uduaghan is accused of making criminal imputation to cause harm to the person of the Senate President and the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello. The charges before the Federal High Court are similar to those at the FCT High Court in Maitama, where the senator pleaded not guilty and was granted bail. The difference between the charges is the provisions under which they were filed. The matter before the FCT High Court was brought under the Penal Code, while the one before the Federal High Court was brought under the Cyber Crimes Act. Celestina Iria, TVC News, Abuja.
Outside Nigeria now, the U.S. Senate has begun voting on a massive spending plan dubbed the Big Beautiful Bill. Today, or rather yesterday, after weeks of contentious negotiations, Republicans who control both chambers of Congress were divided over how much to cut welfare programs in order to extend tax breaks. President Donald Trump wants Congress to pass the bill by 4th of July. After the House of Representatives passed its version of the bill last month. By a single vote, the legislation went to the Senate. Because of the changes made by the Senate, the bill will go back to the House for another vote. And now for some sports news. Italian giants Inter Milan have been knocked out of the Club World Cup. They were beaten 2-0 by Brazilian side Fluminense. Now, a terrible defensive mix-up and stoppage time with woodwork rattled twice. The Brazilians will now face either Manchester City or Simone Inzaghi.
They have taken Inter Milan by surprise. You just see the president. We spoke about the spaces down the side. It's Arias who goes over there, puts the ball in, takes 24.
A quick update on that. Apparently, Al Hilal have knocked Manchester City out of the competition as well. So we know who they'll be facing. Fluminense will be facing Manchester City, or rather Al Hilal, later on in the competition. And now on to other sports news. The winning team of the 2024 Women's Africa Cup of Nations will engrave its name in history as CAF is set to unveil a brand new trophy for the tournament. Now, the new silverware will be officially launched on Wednesday, 2nd of July, and the unveiling is part of CAF President's broader vision to elevate women's football across the continent. Now, the launch will take place in two parts. First on CAF's digital platforms in the afternoon, followed by an exclusive trophy event later in the evening. The new trophy symbolizes a fresh era for African women's football as the tournament continues to grow in stature and visibility across the globe. All right, so who will be vying for that big, beautiful trophy? We'll find out very soon. Okay, then let's wrap it up on news and sports for this hour. There's still so much more for you to look forward to on Wake Up Nigeria.
Experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. Tune in to get the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on.
Imagine a country with over 300 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person where they for street. That's now why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere. So, Bobo.
You dey chop for this time.
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Aww.
Now we be What's Up Naija crew. Now we dey give you wetin dey sup for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
found Wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you right here. Nobody better than we, right?
I can always best be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go hear.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Thanks for staying with us. You are welcome to the Wake Up Nigeria show once again. Welcome to the kitchen. Yes, with me this morning is Chef Unique. Hello, Unique.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. And
You're
you?
always coming in with this, beautiful smile. And of course, even more tantalizing, tasty recipes. And this morning, she's taking us to Mexico. Yes, we'll be making braised ram tacos. Right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Braised ram tacos. So I'm guessing ram is the
protein.
Is the protein we're using for our recipe this morning. So let's talk about the ingredients for our tacos. Let's talk about the ingredients.
All right. So, like I said, I'm making the braised ram tacos.
Okay.
So we already have our braised tacos
Whoa.
ram here.
What did you do here?
It's a lot of work.
Oh my God.
Like a lot
it
of
looks
work.
good and it smells even tastier. Can I taste it?
Oh.
But first you have to tell us what you did here. This is ready, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, talk to us. What's in here?
Okay, so this
That's
is
a sackcloth in there.
No. It's a net.
Okay.
So the net is it's called a piqué. So you have different spices inside.
Okay.
So the essence, the reason why we do that is to just extract the flavors.
Okay.
And for it not to overpower whatever thing you're braising.
Okay, you know what? Take us through this process from the beginning. You have your already cut ram meats.
Yeah.
Then what do you do?
All right. So first of all, like you said, we already have our cut rabbit in there. So you want to pat it dry, you season it, and all of that. Now, braising is a cooking technique.
Okay.
All right. So it helps to like break down the tissues. It helps to soften the meat.
Okay. So what do you use? Is there any sort of reaction that takes place that sort of, speeds up or that acts as a catalyst to the softness of the meat?
Yeah. So the thing is, you have to be very patient when making this because
Okay.
it takes like hours.
Wow.
To make it.
Okay.
All right. So you do that in the oven.
Okay.
You season with your mirepoix and sorry,
Really
might not
what?
be Mirepoix.
Mirepoix.
Sorry, you might not be familiar with that.
Enlighten us what a mirepoix is.
All right, so it's flavoring. You use your carrots, your celery, and your onions.
That's how you know those who went to the bougie culinary schools. They use some cooking terminologies to describe the ingredients they use, the process. Mirepoix. Please go ahead, Chef Unique.
All right, so you season with your mirepoix.
Okay.
And all of that. You introduce.
So mirepoix is your carrots, what else?
Onions and celery.
And
So yeah, you saute that. Then you sear your protein, which is the ram. You sear it a bit to have like a good crust, a caramelized crust. You know those brown,
crusty.
Yes.
But like it's burnt, like a smoky
flavor. Yeah, so that gives flavor to your braising liquid too. So you want to do that. Then introduce it back to the pot. Saute your mirepoix. Go in with some stock. So because we're using ram, you could use a beef stock. It's a brown stock. So introduce your stock to it. Then allow it to. That's where you have to be patient. Allow it to braise for like 4 hours.
And this is happening in the oven.
In the oven,
right? So with the carrots and all the mirepoix in there,
and the bouquet garni too. And that's the ingredient in that chocolate you're seeing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is quite a technique. And if you'd like to learn more about this braising technique, I think you should reach out to Chef Unique on her social media handle so that she can take you through. If you have to register for her class, I think this is worth registering for. This is not just, this information is too free. You need to register, pay for it, and then you learn the technique for braising the ram meat. It smells so good, and I'm sure it even tastes, you know, delicious. Now let's talk about the other ingredients for our tacos. I see lime there. What is the role of the lime?
Yeah, to give your dish a bit of brightness and acidity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the...
So are we going to sprinkle the lime juice?
Yeah, we're making a salsa to serve with the tacos and the ram meat.
Okay, so like a dip.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm thinking like a guacamole.
Kind of, yeah,
Fantastic.
Yes, I'm making that.
Yes, I know. I love food. I like food. I love food. And I know food. Yes. Okay, it's just that I've never heard of mirepoix before. It's my first time learning about that.
Sorry.
Okay, so now for our salsa, let's talk about what the ingredients for our salsa.
Okay, so for the salsa, I'll be using, like you could use as any ingredient you want to, any fruit, any vegetable. So for this, I'll be using tomato. I'll be using cucumbers. I'll be using avocados and onions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now for our, what else are we making? What are we doing with the tacos?
So the tacos is like the base for the. I mean the tortilla. is the base for the tacos.
Yeah.
So we are just gonna like make it crispy.
Okay.
Then introduce other elements to it.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the other elements we're introducing into the tacos.
Okay. So the elements are, like I said, is a braised ram taco. So we're introducing the ram meat to
We're going to shred the ram meat,
cut
right?
it a bit, put it on it. Then with your salsa. Then the liquid, I'm going to reduce it down. It's going to be our sauce.
I was just, you know, it's funny that you would say that because I was just thinking about what we would use the sauce for, because this is such a rich juice. I mean, it has to be used for something else.
It's very rich. You really enjoy it.
I mean, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. I can already feel this rumble in my tummy, and halfway into this breakfast recipe being ready, I'm definitely going to be digging in. If you're just joining us, you are welcome once again to the kitchen. Chef Unique is here, and she's making braised ram tacos. I know it's moving away from our regular, you know, chicken, turkey, beef. We are using ram meats this morning, and I can tell you for a fact, guys, that a lot of love went into the braising of this ram meat. It smells really, 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 really good. So in there we have carrots, we have celery, and what else again?
Onions.
Onions.
There's thyme, there's rosemary, there's cloves, and all of that.
I just want to taste the juice from this ram meat. It tastes so good, right? It's like making your Thanksgiving turkey.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what it actually reminds me of. It's like making your Thanksgiving turkey. You know? I mean, I absolutely love it. It looks really good. So let's talk about the cucumber, because I see that you're chopping your cucumbers. Now, for the salsa, other than the tomatoes and the cucumber, what else is going into the salsa?
So we are going to add like the lime to it. Okay. We're seasoning with salt, black pepper, and a bit of sugar. Okay. And the reason I'm adding sugar to this is because
you want to balance out all the flavors with a bit of sweetness.
Yes, yes, that's it. And I have my chili oil here.
Okay.
And avocado oil.
Avocado oil. This oil is hard to find, and it's pricey as well. Yes?
Very.
But it's really packing on a lot of benefits. It's good for the skin, it's good for the hair, and it's also very, very nutritious when it comes to your inner health, like your physical health. It's really, really, really good. It's one of the healthiest oils, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it's one of the healthiest oils, other than the olive oils, the soya oils. This is really healthy. I mean, I can imagine the process it takes for them to extract the oil from the avocados. That makes it very expensive, but it's really healthy, guys. And that's what we're going to be using for our salsa.
Yes, I'm just going to drizzle it on the tacos.
Nice. Oh, I'm so excited about this morning's recipe. This is something I'll definitely love to try. Maybe over the holidays. Maybe when, the summer holidays are upon us. Yeah, the kids are absolutely going to love this. I think it's something new to introduce to your, everyday cooking once the summer holiday comes, because the kids are absolutely going to love this. And if you have guests coming around and you want to, show yourself, let them know that you are wifey of the year or you are the guest of the year. Yeah, I think it's just some, it would be nice to make this for them, because I mean it's a lot of work, but hey, it's not every day that we spend so much time, cooking up something really nice for people that we love.
You can actually use it for your burgers. That's the ram meat.
The ram meat.
Yeah, you could use it for a pulled. Maybe you're doing a pulled ram burger, so you could use it, and it's very, very nice.
And shawarma.
Yeah. You could use it.
Absolutely use it for your shawarma. My daughters, so I have two girls. The first one has been, she's a burger lover. The second one is a shawarma lover. So now I am conflicted because I can't be making burger and making shawarma all at once. So I've been telling them, so you choose a day you want your shawarma, you choose a day you want your burger, and then we'll get it sorted for you both. But right, and we're having so much fun right here in the kitchen. You can tell, right? I know Chef Unique is still here, ensuring that our braised ram meat comes together very nicely, and I can't wait. And the show continues, people. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty. My name na Chika Okeke. My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen. And this na Abigail. And I dare on top of you, Pigeon. I'm going to bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show, say, now my husband be this.
Now what you want?
After that day, the man
you go see him again.
If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody.
When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't you sign.
If they look for person we will give them to you, fact as it be.
Men no dey ever get fault. If baby not dey for her,
na the woman.
talk no dey be person, make person no fit talk true inside. But for this country, we not say if we open curtain in the morning, waiting no good, no good. Me and my sisters, hey, we go tanda gidigba for inside studio to give una all the latest information. But look, we not even take responsibility for the children. Please the man. And that's some poria.
Imagine a country with over 320 plenty languages. Why you go the only focus on Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo? Where we get a common language where they unite everybody from Oga to even Madam self and every person where they for street. That's now why we dey introduce you 89.9 Yanga FM, the #1 urban pidgin radio station where they unite us all. From the award-winning breakfast show, Waiting Day, with your brother, your friend, Wale Po.
Everywhere.
Oh, Bobo.
You dey chop for this
This is not Cruise Express.
And this go be the best 4 hours of our life. Country people, make una join us.
Oh.
Now we be what's up, Naija crew. Now we they give you what they sub for inside we country.
Yes, so
keep it loud.
If God be your papa, why you not gonna make younger?
About wahala.
Now here we dey settle all the matter.
Bro, you're right here. Nobody better than we, right?
Okay, now whispers be that. Make I just be the last sensible voice where you go here.
Now we be 89.9 Yanga FM.
Wow. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome back.
Yes.
It's great to see you, MM.
It's great to see you, Titi. We barely saw last week.
It's great to see you, Edgar. Oh, yes, we haven't seen for a while. It's been good. How you doing, Edgar? I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm right.
I think you're an attention seeker.
Yeah.
There's something called ladies first, or should we switch to ladies first and face you?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Because you just find a way to always just be seeking attention everywhere.
It happens. It happens. When you girls or you ladies continue to talk about yourself, I feel it's good that you always need to add me in it.
It's interesting you should talk about seeking attention. Now, there's a lot of different challenges online that they happen on different platforms, especially the likes of TikTok. And a lot of the things that happen on platforms like this are to get attention, or what they call clout
chasing.
And they're clout chasing and likes and clicks and clickbait.
And clickbait, yeah.
And sometimes it goes too far. Now, there are a lot of TikTokers abroad who have been taken off TikTok because of really dangerous stunts and things they've done online.
People have even died.
Yes.
There has been reports of people, children, not children, teenagers who have, died as a result of some of these TikTok challenges.
Yes,
dangerous challenges. Yes. The recent one was a 12-year-old. I think sometime in February, there were a couple of parents who came together through some social media law victims center in the US to they sued TikTok, for
allowing
for allowing those trends persist and not regulate some of these trends because of its harmful nature of these trends, and because a few teenagers were killed in the process of this.
Now the truth is, there's always been a mindset of not every single trend is one you jump on. There are a lot of young people that jump on every single trend they see with the mindset that it's going to give them clout or get them seen.
Increase their impression, grow their engagement.
But we need to.
Which in turn they make money. Which in turn they make monies from it as well.
Yeah, not just
money.
Some of them don't even
make money
just
immediately.
The engagement,
It's just engagement, just to be seen.
Yeah.
And it's sad because these trends are affecting a lot of families negatively. And there's a particular trend we're pinpointing at this point, and it's called the Imbe Challenge. And we are categorically saying it is not funny. It is not a trend. It's actually abuse disguised as entertainment.
Yeah. So what this challenge actually is it's the caption is go back to your ex or turn to Umbe.
So it didn't even start that way, apparently.
Okay.
It didn't start that way.
Okay.
It was just just showing, you know, certain, should I call them dance moves that lean into what a child or someone with special needs.
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome and another of other special needs cases are affected by, you know, by this particular situation. So now, first of all, we've already said it, it's not every single challenge you jump on. If you have anyone in your community that has jumped on that challenge or is about to, please stop them.
All right. If
they've posted it, please take it down, because it is such it's a form of abuse that you don't understand yet.
All right. I just want to share a different thought. Not totally, yes, I totally agree that it is wrong, but I just want to say how far is too far when it comes to social media content and comedy, for example. I miss the days when comedy was comedy, when comedy was subjective to the creator. Now, the feature with comments has brought in so many, you know, views, and these days people just read comments before they share their thoughts. You know, and it's difficult with comedy because I can imagine in another 5-10 years what happens with content on social media. And I'll tell you why. There used to be a time where if you played a role of a mad person, people would find it funny. But now when you do that in certain videos, people in the comments would still say, oh, I don't think that is right. Now, when you play the role with a lady who is, you know, really endowed in your video, they say, oh, you're, you know, doing objectifying women.
Right.
All right. Also, if you decide to say, oh, someone is an albino in a video and you play with albino, they'll say, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. Don't play with albinos that way. There used to be a time in so many sitcoms in Nigeria where stammerers were the height of comedy in Nigeria. Someone would stammer in a video and then everyone laughs. But now, social media has become so sensitive where if someone stammers in a video today, it becomes a case of, oh, what are you trying to do?
It's not social media becoming more sensitive.
Okay.
It is people becoming more enlightened. There was a lot of ignorance out there.
Okay.
A lot of these special needs, people didn't understand that they were actually things that families were dealing with. Stammering is something that could be cured, but the funny side of it was what we were laughing at in, let's say, the 90s, I'll say, on 90s TV. The average Megad or someone that stammers. There was even a particular actor that made a lot of money, became a star because of it. But things have changed. People understand and know better now.
And I would like to know what the chef thinks about you know, chef content. And have you ever seen any trend that you just felt went too far? Just tell us about that. Have you ever seen a trend that you felt on social media? No, this is just way, way, way too much. Would you like to share any?
Okay, for me, I think this, I don't know, Labudu, Abi. There's this, Labubu, kind of. So, you know, people get like, people are too social media engaged in that. They don't know when, okay,
to draw the line.
You see, this is, everybody is, oh, I want this, I want this, I want that. And you're like, oh, I want it too. And you're doing whatever it takes to get that, you get. So I feel we should know when to draw the line. We should know when, okay, this is just social media. This is just people being too.
Okay, so here are my thoughts on this particular situation. And as a parent myself, I'm going to be calling out to a lot of parents because I feel like a lot of we are being lackadaisical as parents
with what our young
people are posting, what they are privy to, what the information that they are taking in and consuming on a regular. I see a lot of young people do all sorts of things at the age of 10, 11, 12, 13. At that age, what was I doing when I was 10, 12, 11? I was just about to, I think, get into secondary school. And I know that times have changed. We are in the age of technology. But then I feel like it also sort of borders on empathy and emotional intelligence. Because there are certain trends that you should know as a growing adult, because by the time you're getting into
becoming a teenager, you are becoming a growing adult. You're beginning to make certain decisions that affect you, that shape who you become based on the upbringing, how you've been trained and how you've been nurtured. And it's very critical. That's why I'm still going back to parenthood. What kind of children are we raising? Are we instilling, are we just all about, we want them to be among, or we want to raise responsible young adults who would become future leaders and be role models and be examples, because this is a total mockery of a certain group of people that exist, and they are even being celebrated for doing phenomenal things even despite their disability. And here you are making a mockery of it. I saw it over the weekend. I think was it over the weekend or sometime last week when Pella did it, and then Kate Henshaw had to call him out on it. It was totally disrespectful. It was distasteful. It was bad. So you don't do that. I get it. It's a trend, but now, where is your sense of humanity for what do you want people in? Because I hear you when you say comedy. But you have to draw a line.
That was the question I asked.
Why couldn't they just use, I don't know, something else that doesn't bother on these people who have a form of deformity?
Exactly my point. That's what I'm saying.
So this whole social media craze is becoming a frenzy, and it's becoming very annoying. I'm so sorry to say, I'm going to say something. There was something somebody else again also posted on social media over the weekend. It was utterly distasteful. She talked about how we are living such a private life, and people don't know that my sister, who is disabled, is pregnant.
Wow.
And then there was a video of her sister on the hospital bed with bad limbs. She, like, all her limbs she had like an extreme form of deformity. And she was pregnant, and then she recorded that, and then she put it up on social media. And I'm like, that is your friggin' sister. That is your sister. Come on now. Come on.
So now, this is where we call out these social media platforms, which is why these platforms are getting sued all over the world, and they're getting banned and taken down all over the world.
And then tomorrow, when the legislative comes and says they want to regulate it, we say, oh no, they are impeding on our freedom of speech. They are impeding on our freedom of living.
I think to be honest,
we need to touch. There's so many things you mentioned. You mentioned more responsible parenting. What are our children, our young people consuming? Are we raising more responsible young adults? If you do know anyone in your community, on your social networks, who has posted anything like this, tell them to take it down. Disability is not something to mock. Disability is not a joke. It is something that is affecting families all over the world.
It's destroying lives. People are committing suicide. Can we please sort of rein in on our sense of humanity for like a second before we do things? Also, as much as I am calling out the parents,
we need
to call them out.
There needs to be some sort of regulation. And as much as I'm even calling out parents, I think everyone has a sense of responsibility. If I see anybody that I know that jumps on that train or does any distasteful kidney that mocks anybody, I will call you out.
Please report.
It's not even just calling you.
Please report the content as well.
And I will block you.
All right.
All right. So at this point, we would love to hear your thoughts on this as well. Please use our social media hashtag, that's Wake Up Nigeria on TVC, and let us join the conversation. We'll be back after this break.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barka Muda Warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Level 2, electrified fence.
Space is terrifying. Let's get out of here.
Hey Nick fam! Remember, Nick on TVC is your one-stop for engaging children's shows like El Tigre, Paw Patrol, SpongeBob SquarePants, Kung Fu Panda, and lots more to keep the kids glued to their screens. Catch us on Mondays to Fridays at 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. right here on TVC.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome back. Now we're back on Wake Up Nigeria to have another interesting conversation, and joining us is Ridwan Mudashiru, the Executive Director of the Mudashiru Ridwan Foundation, MRF. Now, their vision is to create a world where every individual has knowledge, health, and opportunities to reach their full potential, contributing to sustainable community growth and resilience. It's great to have you here with us.
Thank you.
All right, so I know that there were some activities that the foundation embarked on over the past week. Can you talk to us about that?
Yeah, thank you so much. I am Ridwan Mudashiru, the Executive Director of the Mudashiru Ridwan Foundation in Ogun State. Last week, June 26th precisely, was the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking.
Okay.
So our organization felt that, okay, this drug abuse is increasingly alarming in the society, according to the World Health Organization. So we held a symposium in partnership with World Health Organization, National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, National Youth Service Corps members, and Gateway City Polytechnic in Ogun State, just to make awareness and to let people inform, to make them informed of this decision of taking out drugs. So because the World Health Organization stated that over 30 million people take drugs worldwide. And Nigeria is the #1 list in the West Africa.
Wow.
We feel we need to let students, the youth, society, and let them get informed.
Okay, so according to the World Health Organization, you mentioned Nigeria is the most in, is it Africa, West Africa?
In West Africa.
In West Africa. Yeah. Do you have any other numbers on that in terms of how many of our youth are engaged in it, maybe in terms of percentages?
It's not specific actually, but according to the statistics, we have 18 to 25 years of age are the one who take this drug most.
Okay. All right. So now, how has the foundation decided to tackle this head on? What sort of activities have you embarked on?
The first thing is awareness and advocacy.
Okay.
Because many people are taking these drugs for specific purposes. Some people say, okay, if I take Kana, it gives me joy.
Okay.
So, and they can't actually derive that joy from it. They derive depression and anxiety. So we feel that, okay, let's make them aware of the decision they are making.
Okay.
So education, also advocacy. So after this, we can then, okay, anyone that has been affected, maybe rehabilitation. So that's what we do.
So the rehabilitation process now is what a lot of people are, should I say, afraid of. They don't understand what that process means and how to go through it, because they are probably not even aware that they're addicted to these drugs in the first place.
Yes.
Can we talk a little bit about this addiction and rehabilitation?
Let me start from maybe the agency involved, like the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency.
Okay.
So many people, for example, there our program we held last week. We invited youth organizations. Many were afraid they could not attend because of the fear of the NDLE. So I think their work goes beyond just arresting drug abusers or drug addicts.
Okay.
So the help they are doing is they are helping them after they've let them know that this thing is not good, it's bad for them. They will maybe they have government centers that are for rehabs. So rehab is not that people think maybe they are not going to have freedom when they are rehabilitated. But it goes beyond that. Even at the rehab centers, you can do anything. You can go to schools, you can learn and work and all. So it's not a prison. So it's a facility where you can care for yourself.
Okay. So a lot of people were anxious about that. You've spoken to young people who said they thought rehab was prison. Right?
Yes.
So how have you been able to explain to them? How have you been able to, have you had the chance to take them to rehabs before, take them around or introduce them to people that have been to rehab?
No, this is our first time of hosting this program because of the prevalence. We saw that statistics shows that this thing is increasingly alarming. So after this program, we've partnered with the NDLE. We can always reach out to them, the Water Organization. We can always reach out to them. So we are trying to create a platform where we can support the addicted drug users. So we've just started doing that yet.
I wanted to ask a question about, male versus female.
Okay.
Have you got any numbers or statistics on male versus female when it comes to use of drugs?
Yes, we have more of males who use drug or who are drug addicts, but females are also competing with them now.
Okay.
Some people give reasons that the economic issues, some people their marital affairs, some people family influence, peer pressure and all. But we still have more of male who take drugs more than the female.
There's another question I have for you in terms of the age.
Okay.
So you mentioned 18 to 25.
Yeah.
I've been hearing some, statistics about even younger teenagers getting involved in this.
Yes.
Have you heard about this before?
Yeah, I'm very sure of that. Our program, we invited secondary schools also because, in fact, public secondary schools now, even most of the students in SS classes, even junior secondary, they take drugs, given different reasons. And the fact that they take the drug, it will affect their academics, but they are not always aware of that. So we don't know the specific reason that might have led to that. Some might give you family issues, they have a family problem, some they are playing with some societal influence. So we have upcoming ages like 12 to 18 that are also drug abusers.
I need to ask you what we should talk to the parents about. Parents watching now who maybe don't know what to do to rehabilitate their young ones. They probably have some youth in their community or even in their house who are using these drugs and they don't know what to do. Do you have any advice for them?
The first is awareness. They need to let them know that this thing is very bad.
Okay.
So let them be educated about the influence of this drug abuse. And again, it's a good support system. Like they need to give them that support. Like family, some parents does not care. Some parents are even drug abusers themselves. Imagine a father who smokes or who takes cannabis or colos is passing a message to the son already. So, but we have to just go beyond that. The parents need to give their child good support system. So that's what I think I can talk about from the family.
Okay. So now, obviously, it is becoming a generational issue. You just mentioned something now very delicate. There are young people watching their parents do this, and it is setting a very poor example. There are issues of peer pressure in our schools. There are so many different situations that are all leading our young people down a path of drug abuse. And the numbers are a lot more alarming than we've even mentioned here. But I have to say thank you to you and your foundation for sharing and spreading this awareness. The event that you had 2 days ago, are you having any other subsequent events? Coming up soon?
Yeah, yes, but it might be occasional. But our awareness, we can always make our awareness online.
Okay.
There's not necessarily to be physical.
All right.
So it's something, it's a continuous process, and we continue working.
So the Instagram page is Mudashiru Ridwan _foundation _MRF. That's the Instagram page. That's Mudashiru Ridwan _foundation_MRF if you would like some more information. Thank you so much for coming to talk to us about this, and well done with everything you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so yes, indeed, our hashtag is right there. That's Wake Up Nigeria on TVC if you'd like to join the conversation. Meanwhile, is in the kitchen. Talk to us. How's it going over there?
It's going really well. Chef Unique is ensuring that, everything comes together very nicely. Yes, we are making, or she's rather making, braised ram meat tacos. Yay! Super excited about this recipe. It is yes. So far we have, what do you call what you've done with the tacos?
Okay, so I just toasted it a bit to get a bit of char on it.
Okay.
And
what do you call it? Char?
Yeah, char.
Love it. Go ahead.
Then, that was for this. Then I've cut our veggies for the salsa.
Okay, so talk to us about the veggies that you're using.
Okay, like I said, I'm using tomato, I'm using cucumber, avocado, and red onions.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to mix this with lime, sugar, salt, and black pepper.
Yeah. Okay. And then what's happening over here?
So these are sauce from the braised ram.
Okay.
So this is going to be, I'm trying to reduce it. So it's going to be like a sauce to drizzle on the tacos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically what we are doing is just, reduce it by making it thicker.
To get a thicker consistency.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah. Ensuring that all of that extra moisture is completely drained from the juice.
Nice.
I know.
From the juice.
Yes, from the juice, yes. Okay, so what's next?
Okay, so this is my chili oil.
Okay.
So you could use a pickled chili. I forgot that. Okay. So you could use a pickled chili.
Okay.
So it gives spice to your dish.
Okay.
So since I don't have that, I'm going to be using the chili oil to give a bit of spice to the finished dish.
All right.
Yeah, I have my avocado oil.
Yes, I can't get enough of that, by the way. So what are we doing now?
Okay, so I'm trying to plate.
Okay.
I'm preparing everything. So I'm going to add a bit of butter to this.
Okay.
That's to give it like a glossy kind of look.
Okay.
Yeah, and a better rich flavor.
Rich flavor.
Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do to this.
And please, we're not using margarine, we're using butter.
Yes. Butter, yeah.
Please
butter
kindly note. So that you now use margarine and then it now turns into
something else.
Something else. You say, is this what they are eating on Wake Up Nigeria show? No.
It's never sweet.
Yes. So, please, yeah. So we are going to make our salsa now.
Okay.
And please, not the form of dance salsa. Yes. So we are making salsa. So what's salsa?
So salsa is like a condiment. Yeah, you eat with. You could use it for grills. You could use it for roasted meats and all of that. Yeah, right. So it's like a condiment. Yeah.
It's also like a form of salad as well.
True.
Yeah, it's also like a form of salad. So it also depends on the kind of vegetables that you're using to form it. So you can create your own salsa, really.
You could go all out. Any veggies you like, anything.
Yeah. You could go big.
You could even mash this. You could roast pepper and mash
there's so
everything.
much you can do with your salsa. You could even make a tomato sauce out of your salsa, right? I think at the end of the day, it's what you really want to create with, your own salsa, right? And then we have our ram meat over there, our braised ram meat. It has already been shredded. And of course, the juice was taken out of it, which we have right here in the pot that we're going to put in a bit of, butter.
Yes,
give it a more thicker consistency and give it a lot more richness and moisture.
So I'll season this, salt, black pepper.
Okay.
And sugar.
All right. And our salsa is ready, and we're going to begin layering our tacos in a bit. This is one breakfast recipe I think you should have in this lifetime. Yes, I think you should. And yes, so our breakfast is ready. Well done, Chef Unique, putting together our braised ram meat tacos. We'll go on a quick break now. It's the top of the hour, people. Wake Up Nigeria continues shortly. Stay with us.
Our major currency unit is the
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past few years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company not just in Nigeria but throughout continental Africa to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, family and friends. The second half of Wake Up Nigeria has officially begun. How you doing? It's July.
You know how you sounded just now? You sounded like you were in The Greatest Showman.
Oh, really?
Like you were like there was going to be, a circus juggler just cross the room, or
I feel
a trapeze
like
artist rolled from the ceiling. I'm telling you, amazing. But hey, that's how it feels every morning for us.
Yes.
And if you're just tuning in, welcome. If you've been with us since 7 a.m., thank you for sticking around. And if you've already had a taste of what we're serving, now you know that this is the time for the main course.
Yes.
And we have more guests, more great conversations, and of course, more reasons for you to stay right here on your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, you are welcome. We know the roads are getting busier and the schedules are, heating up.
Yeah.
But don't fret. We are here to give you every single thing that you need to make sure that your morning is super packed and amazing. So yes, welcome to Wake Up Nigeria once more.
Wherever you are, however you're tuning in, whether it's your TV, your mobile phone, watching us online, hey, stay with us. We have quite a lot still coming your way. My name is Titilayo.
And my name is Edgar Eric. And now remember that you can watch us live on GOTV channel 16, UHF 49, or you can stream us on the website, www.tvcentertainment.tv.
Or on YouTube, just search for TVC Entertainment on YouTube. We're streaming live there as well. And don't forget to download the TVC app. It's available for Android or iOS. Now, whether you're commuting, maybe you're already at the office, maybe you're still chilling at home, don't worry. We are right there with you anywhere, anytime.
Like I always say, if you're driving, make sure you're parked. Please do not drive and watch at the same time.
Well, you can drive and listen. Can you see what's going on in the kitchen? Woo!
Yes.
Our chef is making something special.
Tasted the juice from our braised ram broth. And I mean, it's a lot of flavors coming together. She's marrying a lot of spicy, sweet, sour flavors together. As you can see, she's already layering our tacos. This breakfast is not for the humble.
All right,
fine dining for fine people.
Yeah, fine dining for fine people. And as you know, I'm all about fine dining people.
Yeah. Now, on parenting today, we're joined by social entrepreneur, digital parenting coach, business mentor, and author, Yeti Williams. Now, she is going to be with us discussing responsible digital citizens. What parents need to know about this very, very important conversation. We've already started talking about that in the kitchen earlier on. It was a very heated conversation, actually.
Yes, was giving us
all and I can really understand why she's passionate about this. We need to know not just who our kids are talking to, but whether they are talking to other people respectfully, whether they are indirectly even becoming cyberbullies themselves. We do not know unless we pay attention. That conversation is coming up very soon.
All right, on relationship, we have Isaac Odubeson, is the founder of Very Single Lagosians, Peer, and Bubblegum Health. Now, 3 unique platforms that sit at the intersection of culture, tech, wellness, and social connection. Now, today, he joins us on relationship to discuss smiling with spite. How to spot hidden hostility in relationships.
Yes, indeed.
Smiling with spite. There are people like that.
There's people hiding some things behind their smile.
It's called subtext. Subtext. Wow. They smile, but they mean something totally different. We cannot wait for that one. And in relationships, it gets deeper.
Okay. And finally, rising Afropop soul artist all the way from River State, Nigeria. He is celebrated for his sultry, soulful voice, his rich tone, and emotionally charged songwriting. He is the one and only Cottrell. He's going to be here with us for a conversation very, very soon. Okay, so it is a really packed Tuesday today.
It is. It is.
We have to take a quick break. We will be back after this.
Don't go nowhere.
On Parenting this morning, we're joined by social entrepreneur, digital parenting coach, business mentor, and author Yeti Williams. Of course, this morning we'll be discussing raising responsible digital citizens, what parents need to know. You're welcome, Yeti.
Thank you.
Earlier on in our discussion, I don't know if you caught up on it, we talked about the current trend right now on social media, on the Mbe challenge. Before we, dive into the conversation about raising responsible digital citizens, which of course borders on cyberbullying, empathy, the need for emotional intelligence, raising emotional intelligent children and, young adults. What are your thoughts on the trend?
It's very disturbing. Right. And I think as I was researching, the trend, who started it, what stunned me is the comments when people are doing their version.
Right.
Nobody in the comments that I've come across have actually called it out as being inappropriate. So there's this sense that it's a joke, it's funny, but it's not. So in terms of, is it appropriate? Absolutely inappropriate. And I think it's so important that people don't think because something seems funny, it is.
Yes, fantastic. It just hits the nail on the head. It's very inappropriate. Now, let's also talk about, so imagine if I know you have a teenager. I'm not saying she would do it, but imagine if you caught up on your teenager doing that on her social media. What would you do as a parent in that sort of situation?
I think because our children today are being influenced by so much.
Right.
It's no more ring fence. You can't be sure that the child you're raising is being raised on your values.
Exactly.
You really don't know. So if you were to come across a teenager, your child, yes, there will be the shock, or I hope that there's the shock. So let's not even assume that every parent will be shocked by it. Some are just like, oh, it's a funny trend, right? The main thing is, if you're a parent that this bothers you and you see it as inappropriate, you should see it as inappropriate. You want to ask the child that, hey, I noticed that you participated in this. Can you kind of explain how or why? I think it's important to get a sense to hear from your child's perspective before you go in with discipline, judgment, not even judgment, explaining your perspective. But it's very important we hear what's in their head. But because before they picked up the phone, they thought about this trend. They decided to participate. They created their own video, recorded it. In all of that, nothing at any point occurred to them like, no, this doesn't feel right. You post it up, and then you're checking for if did it go viral, you're responding to comments. There's a whole process there that it's not about shouting, it's about understanding
where it's coming from.
And then that's where you can start tapping into the emotional intelligence of, do you recognize that there are some people who this is a disability, and to make fun of them, it's not appropriate. Did you think about it that way? Then suddenly you can start having conversations, and then as a parent, you know where you need to go and do homework.
Right.
You initially need to go and figure out, all right, where might we have gotten this wrong, and what do we need to do about it?
Now let's talk about, I know we're not touching on peer pressure, but I know that it has a role to play here, because imagine if, as a parent, you have, or as a child, or your child has, been able to follow, and been able to lead their lives by by your examples and following through with your values which you have instilled in them. But then there's, like you said, kids are easily influenced these days in school, their environment, social media, and then there's this friend of theirs who's on the trend, and they feel, everybody's doing it, so I don't want to be the bandwagon effect. In that sort of situation, what would you advise as a parenting coach?
So a lot of children are influenced. Peer pressure now is almost a subset of what it used to be. Now it's social media influence is everywhere, and people are driven by likes, clicks, going viral. So that's what is driving them. And we know from science and neuroscience and all of that now that a child's prefrontal cortex, so the part of their brain that makes executive decisions, logical decisions, doesn't fully form until 25.
Okay.
So all through, children are usually responding from their limbic nerves. They're responding from emotion. They're responding from, oh, this looks cool, I want to jump on it, right? So when we recognize that as well, our children nowadays and teenagers are not having the opportunity to really think about what they're doing, because emotionally they are reacting.
Right.
So when we think of it that way as well as a parent, I think the way you approach your child is different. It's from a place of empathy.
Right.
That, you know what, part of what's going on is this child's brain is not fully formed. They can't make the kind of logical decisions that we as an adult can make. Their brains are still developing. So what does that mean in the context where they are bombarded by so many things? So as a child who might not ordinarily do this, like you said, if people around them are doing it, they don't want to be left behind or left out. It might make them, you know, susceptible to it. So it's back to just building your child's self-esteem, building their self-confidence, teaching them to be bold enough to be an active upstander who says, I'm not going to do that because it is wrong.
Let's talk about emotional resilience for a minute, because from what you have just analyzed, I'm sensing some bit of, if you've been able to build your child up to be able to have some level of emotional resilience, it also helps to curtail the sort of influences that they take in. And then some people would say, I don't think at certain age you need to expose your child to that some level of emotional resilience because they're still growing, and you don't want, as a thin line, right, to how much resilience you can build your child up to, and then they become too resilient and they become too independent. What are your thoughts on it? Because so I'm bringing in all of because these are factors that are still sort of, you know, control or sort of affect how we communicate on social media, the sort of things that we do, or even as young adults on social media.
So emotional intelligence, emotional resilience it's a lifelong skill. Right. You don't get to a point and say, now I'm fully emotionally resilient. Right. I have so much emotional intelligence. I don't need to continue to work on it. We all do. Okay. So I don't think you can ever get to a point where your child is so emotionally resilient that then they are so independent. No, it's not about that. Okay. By default, emotional resilience and intelligence means that you have empathy. Empathy means what you can put yourself in the shoes of somebody else and think about where are they coming from? How might this be affecting them? Now, in the online space, you know, in cyber psychology, there's something called online disinhibition effect.
Online disinhibition effect. Okay.
And what that means is that when humans are behind screens, they act very differently online than they would in person. So looking at this challenge we've just mentioned, this trend, how many individuals would go up to somebody, I won't even use the word because I think it's so disrespectful, but this challenge we're talking about in the challenge, would go up to somebody who has that disability and start to mimic them. Think about it. Before you find somebody that can do that, it's very rare. But somehow online, there's this sense of, I'm not really hurting anybody. It's just for cruise. We're just having fun. So there's something that's happening where humans are detaching from real humanity because the screens make everything seem like a joke. So when we recognize that as well, I believe parenting today, you need to have a curriculum. You need to go down the line and say, what is the world we live in today? And how do I raise a responsible digital citizen that has digital etiquette?
Now, on that note, let's talk about how to raise responsible digital citizens.
Within that requires digital etiquette. So the same way you would raise your child in person, if you go to somebody's house, what do? You greet them. You say good morning. You say thank you. You know, you clean up after yourself, things like that. Online too, there's an etiquette. Okay. You don't make fun of people. You're polite. You think before you post. You think before you comment. You know, you are thinking about the fact that we're in this digital ecosystem. Doesn't mean you can act anyhow. And I think bringing that awareness is what is really important, because for the average person, they're not thinking they're affecting a human being. They just think, oh, we're just having fun.
Right.
And that's where sometimes we miss it.
So it's very important, as a parent out there, you need to instill this in your children to think before they post. How is this going to affect whoever it is that could be affected by this post? It's even as much as, you know, even tweeting, because there's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of vile and distastefulness from comments we see on Twitter as well. And I'm glad that we're able to touch on digital etiquette, and I think we should, you know, expand on it on your next session on the show. Thank you so much, Yeti, for being here. This was very, very insightful. We'll see you again next week. All right, fantastic. And on that note, we have to go now. We have quite an interesting conversation coming up next. Stay with us, people. The show continues.
right, it is time for a relationship conversation with an expert. Now we have Isaac Odugbesa, who is the founder of Very Single Lagosians, Peer, and Bubblegum Health. Now, 3 unique platforms that sit at the intersection of culture, tech, wellness, and social connection. And he is here, beautiful, young, handsome man.
Love it.
And we're going to be talking about relationship topic, smiling with spite. How to spot heat and hostility in relationships. Smiling with spite. By the way, you have an amazing smile. By the way, I was going to tell you at the back.
Thank you.
So my first question is really, can you love and hate someone at the same time? Is it possible? Can you love and hate someone at the same time?
Technically, I think you can. I think you can love someone's presence.
Okay.
And hate how they treat you.
Okay, so you can love the presence of the person, but then hate how they treat you.
You can love the memories and hate the pain.
Okay.
It's possible. In my own world, I think that it's possible, but it's also a sign of a bit of dysfunctionality, right? When you cannot, and that's your cue to know that there's something wrong in that relationship or marriage that you are.
All right, so we're in an era where instead of having conversations in relationship with partners, there is this silence or idea where people begin to smile, but deep down they actually have a different ulterior motive around you. And it happens with families, it happens with friends. And I'm just wondering, why does this happen in the society? Why does it happen in relationships? Why do people actually smile and then still have a different ulterior motive about their partners? Why?
I think that a lot of people are not. I think it's a bridge in communication. Okay. Right. There's a communication gap somewhere, because that's supposed to be the person that, in marriage, in this case, you're trying to spend the rest of your life with. There's also a place where maybe as you communicate, there is a lash out. So you're careful. Even though give me backhand compliments, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Right. So there's that, and so people find it very hard sometimes. Sometimes it can be the person that doesn't just like to communicate, and sometimes it's that the last time I said things to you,
this is how you reacted.
Don't try me.
All right. So it's always very interesting when I hear competition among partners. I'm just wondering here, when does competition get too far? When is it going overboard? Because competition, you would agree with me, is good. But when is it going overboard? Because I'll give you a good example. I was hearing a friend share a story, and he said that he knows about a couple that the husband went to the wife's company and told the wife's company to sack his wife because for some reason she was earning way more than him. And he did not want a case in the family where the wife would earn more money than he was earning. And he did not just ask for them to reduce the salary. He said, please sack my wife or fire my wife because that would bring more respect for me. What do you think about such situations?
Just to follow up, is this in 2025?
Yes, it's 2025. It's new.
It's happening. Sure. I mean, when it comes to questions like that, I think that people are it's different strokes for different folks, but overall that's terrible, right? Men, I feel like, because even now people are looking for more entrepreneurial ladies, and it's not if I don't even say it's 50-50, I think it's 100-100. I think everybody should bring their A game to the table, because rent is expensive, house is expensive, everything. So you need somebody to support you. And you also need to know that this is not the end. So if you're in a place where maybe your business is not doing as much or your job is not, so that's where the healthy competition, not competition, I don't even like the word in relationships, competition, but it can then propel you to do better. Right? And also on the woman's part, there has to be also a balance to say that you are wholesome and you are not what you are to me because of the provision you can make. And that's how a lot of men also need to understand how before they get, because for people without money and sex, they are incapacitated. They cannot rule or govern a home, right? So it should not be a case of, because of that, there should be wholesomeness. And in that position also, the other partner should be also know how to become patient to treat the other person and not be hostile.
All right. So how do you spot some of the signs in your relationship or with your partner? What are the things to always check to be sure that, whatever smile you're getting, whatever subtext is coming from your partner is real, and it is not one where they have interior or ulterior motives?
I mean, competition is one.
Okay.
Backhand compliment is another one. Okay. Right? Just, you are not even genuine enough to say, you know, you're so brave that you did this. It's funny. Okay. Right? Emotional abuse is another one. Right? Somebody's also gaslighting you for, it's not healthy. You know, there's absence of peace. Right? So, and you also, there's also very important, people that treat people with spite. You have to watch the way other people, your spouse treats other people that have nothing to offer them. It's a good thing, you have to watch them.
Yeah, true.
You have to be careful because one day it'll turn to you. Right? You have to be careful. Why are you, you know, even the way you treat even the artisans, the non-commercial people around them, the gatesman.
So yes, if they're always showing you love, but then they are showing other people, you know, a different side of themselves where they are insultive, you know, they're abusive, when it's emotional, it's direct. That is something, that's a red flag to watch out for. That's a carnival, that's a red flag. That's something to watch out. I'm being honest, this is true life. Yeah, but how do you, when you say true life, it feels like you're speaking from some level of experience, like something has happened.
My pastor is watching, let's move on. I mean, I think in one way or the other, it's possible to have, everybody has, you know, gone through one level of, sometimes you're not even able to recognize it, and then you recognize it in reflection.
All right, so how do you draw the line between negative comments and proper critiquing? The reason why I'm asking that is I have seen where families, you know, a lady would ask a guy or a husband, how do I look? And he doesn't really look good. And the man is forced to say, you look good, even if he has an issue with her makeup, even if he has an issue with her shoe. And he knows for some reason that if he says or speaks his mind, there is going to be chaos. But at the end of the day, he's really not happy. But he's just saying these things to make her happy. And some people believe that, oh, when you make your partner happy, you're happy. Happy wife, happy, you know, happy life. But I just want to get it from your perspective as an expert here. What do you do in such a situation where you really want to say something, you know, you want to critique something, but you know that it's more negative? What is the best thing to do for everyone to be happy?
I think it's still in communication. I always say that people need to be kind, right? There's a way I can tell you that. I got, maybe you can wear a suit next time, but you look great.
All right.
I've been able to tell you that.
So you say the truth first, but then you add it with it. You just back it up with your compliment.
You have to break it. But so it's different for strokes for different folks. Some people tell their partners, don't. And it's also very important. I like that question because at the height of, if you cannot correct somebody when maybe they're going through a tough time. You can hold their hand and say, babe, so you can look better. But you're fine, you're great. But maybe just train a little bit, just be more. Like, I know you're probably going through this already, but be more. It's supposed to be a partner. It's not, it's not deep now.
What is one advice you would give to couples in general to just do better when it comes to advice?
That's advice. I think just communicate better. Ignore spitefulness and deal with it with maturity. If you find spitefulness, deal with it with maturity. Spiteful people can become dangerous.
Wow. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your knowledge. I am sure we'll probably have more topics. We're going to discuss deeply into this later on. Thank you so much. Yes, communication is key. It is very important that you are patient, you are kind, and you are loving with your partner, and then you communicate as much as you can. The show continues. Guys, don't go anywhere. The show continues. We have a lot for you guys in store. Don't go anywhere. Still Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be right back after this short break.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barka mu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
I feel safe here in your arms. There's no judgment for my scars, and my home is where you are, 'cause you choose me as I am. Love, you know this sweet like this when you're not here with me. All of my six senses agree with your energy. All of my weaknesses, all of my inside, just you know me well. And you hold me well, 'cause you make it easy to love. You make it easy to trust. You make me willing to give myself again. And
Oh, I almost don't want the song to stop because you make it so easy to love. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so the gushing begins now, ladies. We are joined by Cottrell, rising Afro-pop soul artist. He comes from River State, Nigeria, and he's celebrated for that soulful voice you just heard, that rich tone you just heard, that emotionally charged songwriting you just listened to. And he's blending African soul with Western pop influences, and he crafts music that speaks deeply to the heart. It's great to have you back, Cottrell.
It's so good to be back. Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so. See, when you were introducing me and you started singing, I was like, oh damn, she has taken the song.
How have I taken the song?
It's yours now.
Oh,
it's yours.
come on,
Because now I don't know how I'm going to be performing this song again. I'm just going to be like, she did it so much better.
Really, really?
How about remix? Me and you.
Really, what you've put together is a song that is catchy. It's sweet, and I'll take that remix, by the way.
Okay.
But really, I have to say, you've always had that really deep connection when it comes to the writing. You know, when we met, I think it was like a year and a half or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You came to us with another powerful song, and I was like, you know, this particular guy, we're going to look out for you. We're going to be watching you. But you need to talk to us about the journey so far, from then till now. What's been happening with your music?
It's been crazy, but crazy good.
Okay.
Crazy good. We've been releasing more music.
Okay.
After the last time I was here, we put out an EP, Forever.
Amazing.
Beautiful stuff. The song that I came to talk to you about the last time, we did a remix with a really talented Kenyan singer, Bridget Blue.
Okay.
Amazing stuff. And then I went on to do like a couple of shows.
Yeah.
Lagos, Abuja, the Courtyard.
Yes, the Courtyard.
The Courtyard.
Yeah, we see what you did there. Cottrell, Courtyard. Yeah, we get it, we get it.
Amazing stuff, and they were all like sold out shows, just for me to like connect to like my listeners in real time. Because apart from recording music, performing it is my favorite thing. So
so I have to ask, you know, the audience, your audience is, I can say it's like a niche audience for our environment. Not a lot of people expect artists to. If they start on this lane, they don't often stay on that lane. They start to evolve into something else, but you've stayed true to it. Has this been challenging?
Well, first off, I say don't be too proud of me for too long.
Okay.
Just on that, because I think when it's all said and done, you know, sometimes when artists want to switch lanes, maybe you're making this kind of music like soulful or like pop music, and then you now switch to like Afro beats or amapiano. It's like, no, he sold out his sound. But remember that artists are just creators, and sometimes while that could be true, sometimes like people are just having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, so
they just decided to create something new.
Yeah, it's like today I'm making a ballad, and it's what you love.
Okay.
But tomorrow I'm in the studio and I just want to dance or do something a little more groovy.
Okay. Okay.
I should have the freedom to do that. So I think for some artists, you know, that's what it is. But for me, I think when it's all said and done, like the only music that I ever put out is music that feels true to me.
Okay.
I always say that I make real music for real people. So I have to first of all believe in what I'm putting. I'm never going to put out a song just because, you know.
I'm going to take you back to what you just said, real music for real people. So who was the real lady you were talking about in that track?
Straight to it.
What?
Okay.
There has to be somebody behind that song now.
What if there isn't?
Come on. You make it so easy to love. All my gists. Come on now. Those lyrics, they are hitting hard and they're hitting home on somebody.
Maybe I just have vivid imaginations.
Wow. Okay.
Who knows? Because like when we put out a song, like on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, you have all these comments saying stuff like, man, like this feels like the love of God, like this, you know, like I could totally see myself saying these words to God. Somebody told me, is this a gospel song? And some people are like, this is me and my husband. This is so like, when it's all said and done, like you interpret it like based on your life experiences. So if you're a person of faith and you're not in a romantic relationship or you're not in one that gives you that kind of vibe, then it can be faith-based, like, this is God. It could be your girlfriend, it could be your spouse, it could be your sibling.
Okay.
You know,
all right. I see you trying to balance it out there, but it's fine. It's fine.
Is it working?
No, it's not working. But it sounds sweet, but it still feels like the energy behind it it feels like it's a lot more than you.
Definitely.
It's more than one person.
Definitely.
It's about a lot of different people, and you've put them all into one track. And so this one was released when? This is safe, right?
Yes,
safe.
on the 20th of this month.
And what's the response been like online?
Oh, it's been beautiful. I think this is one of those songs, as an artist, there's sometimes you put out songs and you're just like, man, I just hope that like people go crazy on this song.
Yeah.
And there's some songs that like inherently like you already like you see so much value in it.
Yeah.
And you know that if you like let it be 2 streams that you see on Spotify.
Wow, but it's amazing.
Like it's fine.
Yeah,
and that's what it is for me. Making this song, if you know how they say you only appreciate the sun if you've seen the night, or you appreciate food more if you've suffered depravity, you know, like so in the same way, like if you've suffered like toxic relationships or situations where your vulnerability has been abused, misused, and you've been taken advantage of, exploited, you have a greater appreciation for safe spaces.
Sure.
So when you're in a situation, relationship, whether platonic, romantic, spiritual, whatever it is, and you're genuinely safe, you have emotional security to be yourself, and you're accepted for more than what you can do or what you can bring, but just being you is enough. You have a greater appreciation. That's what the song is about.
So I have to touch on the term vulnerability now. And we've had, even there was International Men's Month, was it, I think a month or 2 ago? Or was it last month?
It's
last month.
Yeah,
last month.
Oh, man.
Last month. You know I have to touch on this. The issue of men's mental health.
Yes.
And being vulnerable and speaking their mind. These are extremely vulnerable lyrics for a man to be speaking to a woman.
Yeah.
Or if it is a woman you are directing it to, even though you're making it seem like...
Who knows?
I'm just saying, where do you stand on this issue of vulnerability? Because it has become a very delicate conversation. And I'm thinking possibly you've had these kind of conversations with guys before. Have they talked to you about this, and how do those conversations go?
To be honest, I feel like I could just, because all my songs are love songs, so I could just be like, you know, my lyrics are so vulnerable. I feel like we should all just open up and wear our hearts on our sleeves, but it's also scary, it's terrifying. You know, for men, young, old, whatever, especially people that have like, feel like a great weight of responsibility, like it's difficult to open up, because when our vulnerability is trampled upon, it's recovery is not the easiest thing in the world. You hear things about how like a lot of the players are people that were once lover boys and things like that. So being vulnerable, not just about like how you feel in a romantic way, but just like your pain or your struggles.
Sure.
You know, if you yarn, it's like you're weak, or so vulnerability, especially on the male side, there's a way vulnerability on a woman looks attractive. It's just like, okay, don't worry, I got you.
Okay.
Oh, you're struggling with this, don't worry, I'm here for you. You're putting it on my shoulder. But as a dude, it's not always so. However, it's the most beautiful thing, like when you have that, and
when you find someone you can be vulnerable.
Yeah, when you have that. So if there's like, to guys watching this, it's being vulnerable. It doesn't always have to be like with like a lady or just but just because you find that most guys don't even have anybody. Like I mean, there's people around you, but you don't feel like you should have these kind of conversations. So whether it's a male figure that you look up to or something, talk, bro. Like say something to somebody.
Yeah.
And if you're lucky and blessed enough to have a romantic partner at some point, that's a very serious situation, and you're now safe in that. You have to open up. The reward for being vulnerable and opening up, I think, surpasses like the risk of hurt. Because it is the greatest gift. Because I know, in my limited experience,
how limited we don't know.
How limited? I see what you're doing there. In my limited experience, like people that are able to open up to their partners, it's such a priceless gift.
Yeah.
Because when you have somebody like that, because trust me, like if you're not vulnerable with your person, like it's not just a minus on you, it's a minus on them because it eats them up. Because I have like lots of girlfriends, as you can imagine, and it's like it kills them to not know how they can help you.
How they can help their man, essentially.
Yes, how they can help their man. You don't know what's going on. You just know that something is off. This guy's in shambles, but you don't know. It's like,
because he's not opening up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't even always have to have the answers, but in just knowing you have a bet with the person, or sometimes you don't have to say anything. It's just a hug. It's just to just know that you're not alone. To be seen.
Yeah.
To be safe is to be seen, to be known, to be loved, to be accepted. So.
And I feel like you've just given us an entire masterclass, and you've given us the summary in that song. And the lyrics are extremely powerful. I have to say thank you for putting this song together. You didn't just sing this song for a young lady out there. You sang it for probably a young man who's looking for the right words to speak to a woman. And I think this song is going to be one that will stand the test of time. Cottrell, everybody. Okay, so we are heading over to the kitchen right now. Our chef has been hard at work with MM. And I believe that breakfast is served. Let's take a stroll to the kitchen.
Okay.
All right, then.
I have a secret. This is the only reason I came on.
Because you make it easy to love. You make it easy to trust. You make me willing to give all of myself again. And I see that I am enough. What we have here is enough for me. Away from all of the noise, I feel
goodness
Beautiful song there by Cottrell. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Well done. You make us believe in love.
All over again.
All over again. Right.
This food makes me believe in love.
Oh, okay. You're dropping them lyrics. Welcome to the kitchen, Cottrell. Chef Unique has made to you braised ram meat tacos.
Oh, Lord.
Right.
So a lot of love actually went into the braised ram meat. I'm not even going to lie. It's so juicy.
Oh, wow.
It's so nice. You really just have to.
Dear Lord. Okay, you're done talking? Because I wasn't even hearing you. I was just like,
please
wow.
dig in.
So, you know, you have to pick it a special way, right? Chef, please show him how.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
Okay, it's a two-hand thing. Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
You got it?
Nice.
Okay, there we go.
It's a mouthful too.
Okay.
I feel like this is the kind of thing you don't eat on camera. so you can just...
Because it's not messy, right?
Yeah, because I'm the only one picking it up now.
Don't worry, just go ahead.
All of you are just going to be looking cool and finesse, and then I'm just going to be like with meat all over my mouth.
You'll be fine, don't worry. Here it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, moment of truth.
Oh, dear Lord. Why am I nervous? No, stop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay.
Wow, see sound effects. Okay.
Hallelujah. Hits all the right notes.
It's good.
It's giving you inspiration.
Yes. Are you going to write a song about this?
Okay, so just to be clear, I'm switching careers. Yeah,
you want to become a chef?
Yeah, no more music from me, guys.
You heard it here first, guys.
That's my last song. I'm officially her kitchen assistant now.
Officially her assistant.
Nah, I'm just a kitchen assistant. That's enough. Oh dear Lord.
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Are we still recording? Oh.
Yes, thank you, Cottrell, for being on the show. Chef Unique, it's always a pleasure having you, and to all our guests for being on the show today. Thank you.
It's been
you at home
amazing.
watching. Hope you have a beautiful day ahead.
Yeah. So
we'll
tomorrow. Yes, you guys will be doing this from 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes.
But I'm going to be off for a bit, but I'll be back soon enough. Don't miss me too much. All right, guys. I'm going to be off air for just a bit. Don't worry.
Have a great day, people.
Bye.